Do you want money to tide over a financial crisis and keep your financial goals on track? Hi everyone. The coronavirus pandemic and subsequent job losses have made you realize the importance of keeping money aside for emergencies. Now, don't you think that you should build an emergency fund to maintain your financial independence instead of asking for money from family and friends? Well, if you have just started working or you are a millennial looking to set money aside for financial emergencies, then you must watch this video. After all days are not the same and save for a rainy day, right? Hello and welcome. I am Prarthana from Clear, that is India's largest tax and financial services platform. At Clear, we have assisted 6 million tax filers so far. By the way, I have an exciting announcement for new subscribers. Yes, we have a free gift for you. We have curated 4 of our best calculators that will help you estimate the future cost of your financial goals as well as identify the lump sum that you need to invest to reach those goals. To claim it, subscribe to our channel and let us know in the form that is provided in the description box below. An emergency fund is a contingency fund that helps you financially during a crisis such as a medical emergency, job loss, or sudden repairs of your house. You need to have your emergency fund in highly liquid assets so that you can withdraw in a hurry during a financial crisis. Here is why you need an emergency fund. Firstly, a medical condition forces you to take a long break from work, or maybe a prolonged job loss, or damage to your house in a flood or a natural calamity. A family member requires costly medical treatment, theft of household items which must be replaced immediately. Your emergency fund actually helps you to manage your daily expenses without having to take loans, break investments such as bank fixed deposits which impact your financial goals, mortgage your house, or even spend with your credit card. The size of the emergency fund depends on your income and your expenses, lifestyle, loans you have to repay, and of course the dependents in your family. Your emergency fund should cover food and rent costs, children's education expenses, insurance premiums and loan EMIs, health expenses and utility bills, called living expenses, etc. Many experts state that you have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in your emergency fund. If you work in a sector that is prone to job loss and you are the sole breadwinner of your family, consider having at least 9 to 12 months of living expenses in the emergency fund. Many people believe that they must have at least 12 months of living expenses in the emergency fund after the coronavirus pandemic. Now let us understand how much you should save in the emergency fund with an example. Now experts recommend pegging the size of your emergency fund to your monthly living expenses. It helps your family tide over any period of income loss. You may face temporary interruptions to your earnings such as an accident, job layoff, or an illness. The emergency fund takes over in this period. You can avail a health insurance plan to cover yourself and your family against costly hospitalisation. It ensures that you don't empty your emergency fund if you or a family member requires medical care. Wondering why health insurance cannot protect you against financial emergencies? Well, many health insurance plans have a fine print that may exclude certain medical treatments. For instance, some surgeries may be excluded from your health insurance plan, and you incur out-of-pocket expenses, thereby landing you in a financial crisis. During the COVID-19 second wave, some hospitals demanded cash upfront for hospital beds. Well, an emergency fund can be handy in such situations, right? What is the takeaway here? The takeaway is you must build an emergency fund and avail health insurance to ensure that you don't empty this fund during a medical emergencies. I hope by now you have understood what is an emergency fund and how much to have in the emergency fund. Don't you think that you should learn how to build an emergency fund to tide over a financial crisis? If you agree, then please type yes in the comment section below. You must set a target date within which you must collect the money for your emergency fund. For example, you could select a target date of 6 months or 1 year to build your emergency fund. Here is how you can build your emergency fund. You may have idle assets such as excess money in the bank savings account which can be directed to your emergency fund. Now you can also set up a monthly commitment to meet shortfalls in your emergency fund. For example, you may require rupees 4 lakh for your emergency fund and you have rupees 2 lakh in a bank FD. You could set aside rupees 20,000 each month from your salary to collect the remaining rupees 2 lakh if you have given yourself a 10-month target. Create a separate bank account for your emergency fund to avoid any kind of temptation to splurge when you see extra money lying around. Not just that, you must set aside any lump sum amount that you receive, such as cash gifts, bonuses, or an income tax refund towards your emergency fund. You will require a lot of money to build an emergency fund. However, everyone, this should not make you nervous as you can set up a target date and accumulate the money slowly to build your emergency fund. You must look at these factors before parking your money in an emergency fund. The safety of your investment is of vital importance and you must avoid parking your money in stocks and equity funds, which are a high-risk investment option. You must be able to access the money in your emergency fund at any time. Avoid investments that have a lock-in period to park your emergency fund as you cannot withdraw money easily during a financial crisis. Not just that again, make a clear distinction between money invested for your financial goals and that is parked in your emergency fund. You must look at the tax implications as well of investment avenues where you park your emergency fund. Talking of where you can park your emergency fund, let me give you a few options for that. You must keep some cash at home for financial emergencies. However, you won't get any returns and you may face safety issues with cash as well. Opt for a savings bank account with a sweep-in facility that allows your bank to transfer amounts above a set limit, that is surplus funds, into a fixed deposit. You can withdraw money easily from the bank account without any penalties, and your emergency fund also earns a higher interest rate than a savings bank account. Now, you must have a portion of your emergency fund in liquid mutual funds, which is a type of debt fund. It invests in short-term fixed income securities with a maturity period of up to 91 days. Liquid funds offers returns comparable to fixed deposit. You may incur an exit load, which are then fees charged by mutual funds houses if you redeem the liquid fund before 7 days. You can even redeem the liquid fund and get the money in your bank account within 1 to 2 business days. What is the takeaway here? Well, the takeaway is you may split your emergency fund in the following ratio. The bottom line is your emergency fund is like a parachute which protects you during a financial crisis. You must review your emergency fund once a year to account for major life changes such as a break from work, addition of a new family member, or change in your very own lifestyle. Experts recommend that you avoid chasing higher returns and stick to safer investment avenues for your emergency fund. Thank you so much for watching the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel to claim your free gift. To claim it, of course, subscribe to our channel, and not just that, but also let us know in the form that is provided in the description box below. Stay tuned for the next video and take care.